Soo here, welcome back to my channel. So in Korea there's this ad promoting an acne product, and in the ad the girl, she turns to her friend who has acne and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you have acne, are you going to let that scar?" And she whips up the product that she's supposed to promote, and every time I see that ad I get so annoyed. Like, do you have any idea what it does to a person when you make a big deal out of something that shouldn't be considered a big deal? As someone who has had acne for many years, one of the things that really irks me is when someone points out my acne, whether it be a comment passing by, any remarks at all. I'm just like, if you can't say anything nice, don't say nothing at all. Lipstick on tooth, that's fine. Hair on face, that's fine. But it's just like, what do you expect me to do in that moment when you point out my acne? Like, do you expect me to pop it or something? So for today's video, I partnered up with Soo Beauty in order to celebrate hashtag Acne Positivity Day, which is today, September 1st. Which, to be completely honest, I wasn't aware of. I wasn't aware there was such a great day. But Acne Positivity Day is all about self-love and acceptance while putting our best face forward. And so I just really like to take this opportunity to thank Soo Beauty for this awesome opportunity, because I think it's so meaningful when a brand wants to promote not only their products but also this movement, you know, this really meaningful campaign. So thank you, Soo Beauty. So for the rest of the video, I'm just going to talk about my life having acne and kind of retrospect as well as introspect while I do my skincare. Yes, I haven't done anything at all. While I do my skincare with the Soo Beauty Miracle line, their special miracle line, which was made and produced in order to celebrate Acne Positivity Day. And so I hope by the end of this video, you feel a little better about your acne and care a little less about them. So let's get this video started. Alright guys, let me first start off with introducing the Miracle line. This is their Soo Beauty AHA, BHA, PHA 30 Days Miracle line. And basically the special meaning behind this line is just about accepting who you are with or without acne, and just realizing that you are the one making the positive changes in your life. You are not defined by your acne. Your life certainly isn't defined by your acne. And this miracle line is going to help you attain a healthier skin by using them on a daily basis. So let me start out with the toner. This is the Aha Baha Paha 30 Days Miracle Toner. So it contains all of these 3 exfoliating ingredients that's going to help keep your acne in check. Now, I know some of you guys might be a little bit worried, and I know maybe a little bit apprehensive over the thought of having to exfoliate every single day, myself included, but fret not, the percentages of these ingredients are actually pretty low. So in terms of AHA, it has 0.05%, BHA 0.01%, and PHA also 0.01%. So it's very low. And it also has witch hazel and papaya extract, which are additionally going to help with exfoliation. And it has 2% of niacinamide, which I was very excited about. And so you can get a little bit of brightening, even skin tone thrown in there. So, I just want to mention the Miracle line is the exact same product. It has the same content, it's just different packaging. The formula is very, very runny. You'll notice it's completely like a watery toner formula, which feels very refreshing and hydrating at the same time. So I like to do a couple of layers with this, and that's just going to leave your skin really hydrated and refreshed. And of course, because of those exfoliating ingredients, it's really going to help out with unclogging the boreas, with the acne, scar hyperpigmentation, all that. It's actually a really great all-in-one product, I will say. Also, another great way of using this product is doing that DIY toner pack. That's how I like to use it during the mornings or like the nights, is I'm getting a bit of work done at the same time, and I just like to plop them on for a couple of minutes. Going to tap that in. Alright, so for those who didn't know, I actually have had acne for many years. I started to really get them when I turned 20, and I started to get these really, really bad breakouts. It was to a point where, in hindsight, I'm just like, why didn't I go to the doctors? It looked really, really painful. It was so bad. And I've done a couple of these videos where I talk about acne and self-esteem, and mostly I think I told you guys that I have more of an indifferent careless mindset whenever I do get acne. I'm just saying, acne is acne. And over the years, I think I did develop a very healthy, or I tried to develop a very healthy way of looking at my acne. I take them as a symbol or sign or warning to really take care of my health. And in terms of how it affects my mood and how it affects my self-esteem, I think I've just told myself, you know what? We all have a choice to let it ruin our day or not. And I choose it not to. Except that I was kind of lying in the sense that nothing comes that easy. It's not that easy. I think most of the times I have to force myself to be indifferent. I have to force myself to be careless. And it's not something that sounds so easy, as easily as it comes out of my mouth. And the truth is that I am affected by acne. The amount of it can vary from time to time, but at the end of the day, it turns out I'm not immune to them at all. And every time I get like a small breakout or any kind of breakout, I find myself kind of like sighing, like, oh, not another one, yet another one. And it kind of gets really, really exhausting, especially if you have had acne for this long amount of time. Now, I still don't mind sharing my bare face in front of you guys like this with all of these acne scarring, you know, because even though I am imagining that I'm talking to you, in reality, there's nobody in front of me. And so I think that's why I'm just like, I don't care. I don't really mind where I reveal my bare face to the whole internet. But something I've realized pretty recently was that what affects me in terms of acne and my self-esteem is the interaction, the social interaction I have from other people. Meaning that whenever someone reacts to it, whenever somebody points it out, whenever somebody makes a comment about it, that's when it really does shake up my confidence level. And I actually have a little story to share with you guys. It's not a fun one. I don't know why I'm smiling like this. I have a story to share with you guys. But before that, let me put on this serum. This is the Sun by Me Ahaba Pa 30 Days Miracle Serum. Now, the serum is also a very watery one, very reminiscent of the essence. And I had a meeting. I talked with the brand managers where I got to ask them all about like the formulation, all the development process, and they did mention that because this line was for specifically those with acne prone skin, oily skin, and those who lived in hot humid weather, they tried to keep it light but still hydrating. So you won't find this to be, you know, like evaporating within a couple of hours, which is something that I really do hate. But this serum, even though it's light, it has a teeny tiny bit of that syrupiness, which you guys know I love. And this also has AHA, BHA, PHA, likewise very, very low percentages. So I know it might seem a little daunting, the idea of having to use an exfoliating product every day, but fear not. It's actually really, really low and safe to use. Always remember to tap everything in. Earlier this year, I had attended a wedding, and I do believe I had like a red acne developing. It was one of those ones that was growing from inside like a volcano, so there was no like aperture, but you could tell, and it was red. And I remember like after the wedding, everyone was, you know, all our friends, like we were just having a meal together, when I noticed a friend he just looked at my acne, and it was for a fleeting second. And in hindsight, I'm even surprised that I caught him staring at my acne, because it was for such a short second. It was like literally 1 second, like this. But as soon as I caught him staring at it, well, looking at it, suddenly all of my attention redirected itself to my acne, and suddenly I became so conscious of it, which was really funny, because prior to that moment I wasn't even thinking about it at all. And I don't know why, but that specific moment where I saw him looking at my acne has just imprinted itself onto my brain, and it's so funny. I don't think I was even aware of the fact that I would be capturing that moment, and I wondered why And I guess it's because it did take a toll on my self-esteem and confidence. And, you know, which is not really fair to that friend, because it wasn't like he was ogling at it and he didn't make any remarks. He just glanced at it. And so I just really let myself get myself. And I took a moment that could have just been nothing, and I internalized it, and I let it snowball into this huge massive thing inside. And so I remember thinking at first, it started out, oh shit, like, is my acne that big? Is it red? Like, is it that red? Did I not put enough concealer on? Did the mask rub off the concealer? And all of these thoughts eventually evolved into thoughts that were filled with self-resentment. Like, oh, like, I eventually found myself thinking, oh, why can't I have quote-unquote flawless skin? Why can't I just have skin that doesn't have acne? And I just found myself being furious at myself. And so yeah, I just let myself get to me. I ended up bullying myself. And I feel like this is just one of those instances that just reflects the realities. Like, even though I have been trying my best to battle with all of these, you know, self-esteem, self-confidence things related to acne, it's just there's always going to be this external little, like, they could be the smallest external factors that triggers something inside you, and all of that flood of emotions and negativity just comes out, even though you thought that you did such a great job in, like, locking them up. Even though I feel like in hindsight that's not a really good thing. You should process them, not lock them up. And the truth is, you know, sometimes I'm okay with having acne, and sometimes I have to force myself to be okay with it, and I have to force myself to be careless. And sometimes I'm not okay with having acne, and I'm only human, and I think it really does help out a lot just acknowledging that I'm allowed to have these feelings, you know? I think it's so important that you let yourself process it, but don't let it consume you. You know, I'm not gonna sit here on a high horse and pretend that I've completely surpassed having any feelings towards acne. I'm not gonna, that's because that's not true. But what I did find helpful was I always felt better knowing that I wasn't alone going through this, knowing that I wasn't the only one going crazy with having these thoughts. And that's why I just really want to take this time to show appreciation to someone by me who reached out to me, someone with acne, someone with a lot of scarring, instead of someone with quote-unquote flawless skin. Because I think, especially, you know, if you look at a lot of, like, your feed, Instagram, whatever, you'll see that a lot of people actually have great skin, like great as in no acne, quote-unquote flawless skin. And when your feed carries nothing but that, it's so easy to think that you're on this journey, that you're battling this alone, but you're not. And anytime I open up, you guys open up, and that really helps me too. And it's like a really healthy cycle. You know, we should really open up and take more time to talk about it, because talking about it just makes it so easier. It makes it so easier, and having compassion, showing compassion, feeling compassion from other people just makes it okay. And also, I really like to share some tips and advice on how to battle these fights. These are tips that I still implement myself. And they help out so much. But before that, I'm gonna lastly apply on the cream. This is the Aha Baha Pa 30 Days Miracle Cream. This is my favorite product from the line. As you guys can see, I've been going ham on this. This is such a lightweight, I don't know, but this cream manages to be lightweight, but wonderfully lush in the sense that it's very hydrating. And so, ooh, I actually like to use a lot of it. Yes, come to mama. Another fact I love about this cream is that it has 70% of Centella asiatica extract. So it has a lot of calming, potent calming benefits, which is great, because I went out for like a run yesterday, and ever since then my face has been feeling heated up, so this is great. It just leaves your skin super hydrated, And so using these products on a daily basis will really help out maintain that healthier skin, especially if you have acne prone skin. But that's that. Wonderful, wonderful cream, I will say. So here are my advice or tips. And the first one is my best one. It works, which is walk away from that mirror. And I'm serious, guys, because anytime I end up in front of the mirror looking at my skin, it never ends up well. I always find myself with that urge to pop it, to pick at it, and you start seeing like all the small details that you wouldn't even have noticed before. So walk away. I also have to force myself to walk away whenever I find myself observing, and just, you know, forget about it, put them into oblivion, and instead engage in activities that make you forget about your skin. And so, for example, when I went to Phuket, oh my gosh, aka Paradise on Earth, I honestly did not care about my hyperpigmentation, acne at all, because I was that relaxed. I was having that much fun. And so I think just do something that will take your mind off it, and do something that will make you realize that, it's not a big deal. It's, you know, life is full of things that are so wonderful, so beautiful, that taking one more second to care about acne will feel wasteful. Advice number 2, be kinder to yourself. Now, this is something that I'm still struggling with. I'm still working on it, but at least I know that I have to work on it. And so whenever I do get a new acne, instead of going, oh, another one, I try to think, you know, I really do try to think, okay, it's time for a vacation. It's time to de-stress. And that's when I just let myself, my body, my, you know, mental health just take a break, because I feel like that's the best way of handling acne in terms of, you know, for me. Number 3, everything in life is temporary. Nothing lasts forever. So your acne shall too pass, and the moments of negativity on trying to deal with your acne will also pass by. And so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that happiness comes in waves, and it will find you eventually. Number 4, get it treated. This is actually a tip that I would like to tell my younger self. Why didn't I go see the doctors? Especially in Korea, take advantage of the more affordable prices in getting your acne treated, and just go to the dermatologist. I don't know what I was thinking, really. I was honestly just bullying my skin in not getting that treated. So yeah. Number 5, count the blessings, count the things that you already have. You know, yes, we might have acne, but at least we can still see, you know, we can walk, we can laugh, we can smell, we can hear, you know, all of those really, really important things. And like I said, if you really concentrate on those things, it will kind of, I guess, life is all about perspective, and focusing on those things will minimize the significance of acne and having those problems. Alright, that's it for today's video, guys. I think for this video, I just really wanted to say, you know, acne positivity is great, self-love is great, acceptance is great, but just know that it's not something that comes easily. So don't get so disappointed when you don't see yourself making those strides and making progress. You know, sometimes you'll have relapse, sometimes you'll find yourself going to back to square one, and that's completely normal. I've been, as I was preparing this video, I was looking at all of these videos that I had done with acne and self-esteem, and I just realized that, you know, there are times when I'm really indifferent. There are times when where I looked really like carefree, but there were also other times when I was crying over my skin. But I really love that for myself, because in the end, it's all a journey. It's not about the destination. Life is definitely not about the destination. It's really about the journey. And so I just wanted to share this with you guys. Just know that as much as I would love to be carefree, it's something that I have to work on, that I need to work on. And you're not on this alone. We're all here for you. So yeah, thank you so much once again for this wonderful campaign. I absolutely loved every single second of preparing this video. Make sure to give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next.